Red edition, politically right is right and left is wrong. And hey, I've said that before, haven't I? But hey, I've gone to the left. Yeah, son of a gun, it does happen sometimes. What I mean is, I was at the gun range just a couple of days ago, and I always shoot with my right hand. I am right-handed, and often I hold it up with my left hand. I have tennis elbow, and I have a smash finger. I'm kind of a mess, so I took the firearm out the other day. It was a 22 caliber gun, and from about 40 feet away, I started blasting, holding one hand, with one hand only, not holding with my right hand, because I can hardly move it. And look what I did. Hey, I got it right here as well. Caused a little bit of damage from the left. Who would have thunk it? In Canada, prisoners call it the House of Shame, and it was compared often to the U.S.'s Alcatraz. Kingston Penitentiary in Ontario. It's 178 years old. It's been there since 1835. It was built in what was then Upper Canada. That was even before Canada was a country, don't you know? It closes doors this week. The prisoners have been transferred to other locations. And now what? A tourist place. You know, I say put politicians into it. Mike Duffy and many other senators, they should all go in there, and everybody that has lied, all the fraudsters. Hey, I'm a conservative, vote for me, when in fact, if you have all the little check marks coming off and you're really a liberal, that means you lied into Kingston, and that's what it should be. Not a tourist place, but what kind of sort of, you can go there and look at all the crooked politicians, because you got to say what you do and do what you say, and politicians in Canada kind of don't do that. Kingston, the king is applicable because they all think they're kind of kings, don't you know? Health Canada presides over a launch now this week of a $1 billion free market marijuana operation. The Conservative government this week has launched the pot farms certified by RCMP and health inspectors to produce, package, and distribute a range of standardized pot. That's for medicine, to provide upwards to 450,000 Canadians some type of relief. Dope managed by dopes kind of thing. Hey, Wall Street firm there now recently it was recently discovered that they in fact haven't done what they said they would do. They said, hey, we're going to sell AR-15s, our stocks, and all of the companies, because people kill people with those things, and it's not the guns that do it, it's the people in and we're going to get out of the business. Now shareholders are saying, hey, you haven't done it. You're trying to make money. How dare you? Kind of get with it. A coalition of advocates now are urging this private equity firm to make good on his 9-month-old promise to stop investing in gun makers. Like, it's about time. You said it, maybe do it. But then we won't make enough money to send out dividend checks to our shareholders. Oh, that's okay. You could probably get a subsidy from the government. Boy, am I ever sarcastic, huh? But let me see if I can follow this right through. If you're a bad driver and you do it intentionally, and you fill a Ford van up with explosives, and you take it and you park it somewhere and it blows up and you kill dozens and dozens of people because you wanted to, because you're a murderer, right? You are not to invest in Ford stock ever again, because it's the van's fault. There's another big duh. These people, they just got to get over themselves someday. Now, keeping with a little bit of that, Visa now has denied credit to the nation's, this is in the United States, largest gun shop, Visa. They're saying, we're not going to process your cards anymore because we don't like it when people buy guns. Who are these people? I got to go see their birth certificates. Somebody must have stamped God on it. They have no right to do that. It's free enterprise. And you know what? Governments, come on, make it easier for other companies to come in and take over Visa's place. PayPal and a few others, I guess, do exist, but the regulations are such, effectively they're extensions of the government anyway. Now you got Visa coming in here and saying, we're going to influence the buying behavior of the American citizen because we are going to decide. Who the heck are these people? Now, you go to the bank and say, I want a whole bunch of cash because Visa won't let me do this, so I'm going to take the money. And they say, sorry, we have limits now. We can't give you that much cash this day because we're out of money and banks don't keep money anymore. Somebody should tell the bank robbers. I don't know. It's just kind of a long story that doesn't have a happy ending other than capitalism. That's about the only fix for anything like this or things like this. Have more card companies, have other people be in a position to take over when other people like this become goofs. That's it. You kind of know what I'm saying. The city of Toronto, talking about goofs here still, recently purchased 30 new ugly chairs and they put them in a remote area behind the council chambers, and the cost was $75,000 smackaroos. That would be $2,500 a piece. Okay, I think somebody better take a chair shopping, of course, don't you know? Would you think maybe it's some liberal left-wing guy, or I don't know, but not many people even sit on those chairs, and you got taxpayer money going out there and being spent not that well. Let me end today with something that's a little bit lighter. Here it goes. This is a bored senior. I shot my first turkey yesterday, getting close to Thanksgiving. This is kind of appropriate. I scared the heck out of everyone in the frozen food section, though. It was awesome. Y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.